morning, gang. We got 3 jobs on the to-do list today, and we are in the U-Haul, about to pull up to the storage unit and start this first job here at 8 a.m. and knock this out. So we'll show you what we're working with in just a second, dogs. All right, we are pulling up. Let's go ahead and give that guy a call and get this shit going. Customer is on the way. Even got a box from last night finished. So we'll drop this off. Actually, after we finish this first job, our second job is right beside the UPS that we go to. So we'll drop this off, do the second job, head back to the house, drop off our wheelbarrow and one of the dollies and one of the trash cans and the other tools and bullshit, and then we're gonna head back to a third job, which is a fish tank removal of this big heavy fish tank, and then we'll be off to the landfill. So should be a pretty quick day. This first job we're starting off for $720.
In the morning, and I'm like, okay.
To me, like, my heart starts racing. I just think of the worst.
This was a job that we quoted back in April, and so I couldn't remember exactly what we were even moving. I knew it was, half of a storage unit, but I couldn't remember the exact stuff. So as you saw, a bunch of boxes, some desks, dressers, furniture, shit like that. All pretty much light shit. Nothing too crazy. So we're gonna get these dollies out, move the wheelbarrow over, pull this ramp out, and get fucking started, baby. Made a super beginner mistake. We both came out here and the customer's still inside. Don't know if the customer has his phone inside his truck or not because he's not answering, but we literally can't get back in and we can't get a hold of him. Fucking noobs. Noob mistake. All right, luckily that didn't take too long. We are back in and this is what we're working with. One final quick view before we start wheeling everything out of here. Everything this path over. About time this guy does some work. The most annoying part about trying to vlog your own shit is not having anybody to film or help you get clips. You gotta do this shit yourself. Done, gang. Definitely getting our steps in today. I'd say we're at least halfway through. What do you think, Kyle? You think we're halfway through?
Maybe.
Knocking it out. This is what we got left. Didn't even have to sweep up. The customer already locked up the storage unit. This is the last tote or last cart that we have to do. And it is the box truck. There goes the customer. It has been paid $720. Off we go. So 2 things. Kyle just informed me that one, that only took 45 minutes for $720. And 2, we're using a fucking U-Haul box truck. So we don't have a truck or a trailer right now. And so stop fucking making excuses. You can definitely go get a U-Haul and do some junk removal jobs if you so wish and make some money. it just goes to show, ever since we got our truck damaged, you know, it literally just makes more sense to use U-Hauls right now until we get a new truck. And we've been making just as much money using U-Hauls, turning down smaller jobs, and still ain't stressing about money, which is a blessing from God. So this is your sign to go rent a U-Haul truck and do some fucking jobs. Package time.
I feel like I work for UPS getting out of a box truck with a box.
All right, pulled up to the second job. All right, so here's the pile. Another $700 we're about to knock out. And this is the pathway. We have to carry it all the way around here, which does kind of suck. And then chuck it up in the truck. So shouldn't be too bad, but let's get this shit. Good job, Kyle, for closing another $700 job. Progress update, everything against the tree, and that way is staying just this pile, what we got right here. So may or may not look like we've done a lot, but I promise you we have. It just doesn't feel like it right now. Good thing though is it's still before 11. I am dripping, time to get a drink. And here's what the U-Haul is looking like so far. Obviously we have plenty of room. This is also going to be another $700 job. So we're already going to be at $1,400 before noon. And then the last job is a $200 job. You know, so what is that, $1,600 for the day? Once we complete the final job. But make sure to stay hydrated when you're out here. Also, this job, it was originally a $350 job, and they added more. So damn, I look like shit. Don't be afraid to upcharge in your business. If they add stuff, you bid for what you bid for. So if things are added, you have to be very vocal about that, respectably. Like, yo, this was not included, it's gonna be blank much extra. So just make sure you're not shorting yourself out here, because this is hard fucking work. It's actually only 10:09 and I'm already at 6,100 steps as well. Hey, you. Absolutely soaked, but the job is done. Besides these last 2 big pieces of wood that we're gonna load up right now, guaranteed I'm at 10,000 steps right now, absolutely drenched. Pumped that we're going home after this so we can both change, right?
Yeah, and get a protein shake.
Yeah. Let's take one final look back here. We are completely done. All that stays. That's where the pile was. And we are done. We are done. Thank you so much. We appreciate it for sure.
Thank you.
Yep, and if anything comes up,
Yeah.
we'd be happy to help for sure. So thank you again.
We're just located off airport.
Bam, and that is another $700. It took an hour and a half to do for another $700. That kind of gives you a comparison too with both those jobs. $700 for this job took an hour and a half. $720 for the other job, it took 45 minutes. Some jobs are just a little easier than others, but still completely think this job was worth it for $700, and that puts us at $1,420 for the day, off to the house and then to the final job. Just want y'all to look at how utterly fucked this boot is. Like, goddamn, I need new fucking boots slash shoestrings. Now we're gonna take a little pump puff. All right, let's get the day finished up and done. Thank goodness we noticed. We went to turn the U-Haul around and forgot that Kyle needs to drive separately so we can actually drop the U-Haul off and get the fuck back home. So we just had to do that, whip around We are heading out now. Kyle just got his car. I'll see you there. All right. I'm gonna meet him at this racetrack near the next job. Pick him up, and I'm gonna smoke a doob on the way in the meantime, baby. All right, we are here at the second job. This giant fish tank. Obviously, we'll get the easier stuff first, and then we'll be out of here. All right, so that job was kind of a mini nightmare, but we did get it done. So I didn't film much because the customer actually helped us and still was gonna give us 5 stars. Gave us an extra 25 bucks to load up almost nothing, a little bit of extra something else, and said, you know, we're worth 10 stars. So off we go, we're out of here. Tell me if I fix this good, Chad. I literally ran into the grass and kind of fucked it up. So hopefully he doesn't hate us for that. What can you do? I ain't perfect.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Nope.
It could be worse.
It could definitely be worse. Now we are out of here, off to the landfill. Like Kyle just said, that job took us half an hour, so that's even in comparison to the $700 job in 45 minutes versus 30 minutes for $200. Still great money, especially compared to a 9 to 5, but didn't expect that to be so heavy. I think that's the second fish tank we've ever removed. Probably should have done 300 or 400 instead of 200. Is what it is. You know, you make mistakes, you just learn from it and keep pushing on. But that fucking was crazy. So 1620 for the day, and now we'll let you know how much the landfill is going to cost, and then probably 120, 130 for the U-Haul plus 20, 30 bucks in gas. Looking at probably 200 bucks in fees, 250 in fees, but we'll let you know for sure. You already fucking know U-Haul loves us. We treat their equipment like a baby's bottom. Clunk, 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 clunk. Bump, 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 bump. Man, I wish I was filming that one. That one about took me to the fucking... I hit through the roof, dude. We're in the wastelands now. The wastelands. Well, unfortunately, the U-Haul is a fucking mess because one of the tanks did break or bust or something. It's fucking disgusting in here. It smells like a swamp, but time to get after it. All right, go. Fuck that fish tank. Sometimes this does suck ass. Unloading my hand, but it has saved us about 3 to 4 hours in drive time using a small trailer. So you tell me what you'd rather do. Unload by hand, make money faster, or use a dump trailer. We've been at this for it'll be probably about 6.5 hours by the time we drop the U-Haul off. Probably takes 8 or 9 with a out-of-box truck, maybe longer. So box trucks are pretty worth it. Let's get the fucking clearing it out. Making progress. Can finally fucking see the easy shit to grab, so should be done pretty quick now. All right, box truck is empty. Oh, feeling like an absolute sweaty mess. This is the 3rd shirt. This is my legendary ripped shirt, but that's my 3rd fucking shirt of the day because it's so hot. About to find out how much it costs at the landfill. How much did it cost?
$108.
All right, so $108 for the landfill. So let's start at the top. We're at $16.45 because he paid us an extra $25 to throw some extra shit on that last job. So $16.25 for the day. It's $2.21. Probably be 3 o'clock by the time we're fully done. Dropping off the U-Haul and getting gas and shit. Gonna put 20 to 25 bucks in gas. Just spent $108 on the U-Haul, or I mean on the dump fee. So we'll run that to 110, 25 for gas. We're at 135. And then what else? The U-Haul is probably going to be 135. We'll just guess 125, 135. So we'll just say 135, and that'll put us right at 270 in costs. So 270 minus the 1645, we're going to profit. Oh yeah, about to just forget. Kyle, probably going to profit around $1,300, and like 1330, 1350, something like that. But not a bad day. Fucking running a junk removal business part-time and using U-Hauls to get the jobs done. So basically zero money out of pocket until we actually do the jobs. Say bye, Kyle.
Bye. I'll see you all in 2 minutes.
All right, off to get gas. And just in case you care, we are at 12,139 steps and $179 on my Amazon store for sales while doing today's job. So that's a fucking W. And this whole week in Amazon, the past 7 days, I've been over 5,000 in sales the past 5 days, which is pretty fucking killer. We just got the gas. U-Haul's fully cleared out, about to drop it off. What did you say, Kyle?
That is how you make $1,600 before 3 o'clock.
That's how it's fucking done, baby. Thanks for watching the vlog. We'll catch you on tomorrow's, or whatever the fuck I got coming up next. See you later.